Some Auckland accommodation providers are facing rate increases of almost 300% if a proposal to fund tourism promotion goes ahead. The council is proposing to shift the nearly $28 million a year for tourism promotion and infrastructure from all ratepayers to about 300 hotels, motels and backpackers. The Mayor, Phil Goff, says hotels and motels, rather than ratepayers, are benefiting from the tourism boom and they should be left to pick up the bill. But as Sally Murphy reports, accommodation providers themselves disagree. They say the tax is completely unfair and in some cases may force them out of business.
Troy Clary and his wife run the Whangaparaoa Lodge Motel about 40 minutes north of the hustle and bustle of Auckland CBD. The proposed targeted rate would see their rates bill increase from $13,700 to nearly $40,000, an increase of 290%. Mr Clary says it's simply not fair for the cost to be shifted from all ratepayers to 300 businesses.
The whole thing with this targeted rate is it's not related to business levels. So in the winter, we may have a day that we have only one or two rooms. We're still paying that flat fee on, with those rates. If it's related to business, like a visitor levy or a bed tax would be, then we'll pay proportionate amounts based on that.
Auckland Mayor Phil Goff says the proposal would spare homeowners a rates increase of up to 2%.
Most of the hotels will be able to pass on the cost of that surcharge to the visitor. It's a common way of collecting some return from visitors to the city towards the cost of the infrastructure needed by those visitors and to the cost of marketing the city to those visitors.
But Mr Clary doesn't believe the market would allow it and says a $25,000 increase in his lodge's annual rates would wipe out his profit.
Our profit for the 2015-16 year was $27,000. We took a salary, me and my wife, of around about $50,000. So you could say it was sort of close to $80,000 for two people working 24/7. If there was an extra $26,000 there, it brings it down to a level which is not really fair remuneration.
Millennium Corpthorne runs 3 hotels in Auckland City. General Manager BK Chu says the targeted rate would see its rates bill go from about $1 million to nearly $2.5 million per year.
Not equitable way of taxing just accommodation providers. We only account for 10% of the benefits that come from visitors. The other 90% goes to a variety of sectors in the economy. So that's the main thing. It's not fair.
Mr Chu says the rate would discourage hotels from opening or expanding in Auckland. He says the accommodation sector is benefiting from tourism, but the rate would not account for quiet times.
It's a very cyclical business. It's only the last 2 years that we have been having good years. If we remember 2008 global financial crisis, since 2008 until 2015, it's been hard going. So you hear hotels are having a good time, they're charging high rates. But what happens in winter? You get only $100 per night.
Tourism Industry Aotearoa Chief Executive Chris Roberts says some smaller operators are looking at losing their entire annual profit if the rate goes ahead.
From the small operators to the bigger ones, they're all incredibly alarmed. I've never seen the sector this agitated and angry over any other issue. They're determined to fight it. We know it's unfair, and we hope that the councillors are prepared to vote down this proposal because it's simply a very bad idea for Auckland.
Submissions on the proposal closed later this month, with the council expected to make a final decision in June. In Auckland for Checkpoint, Sally Murphy.